Normally I wouldn't do these immediate needs to be posted today type videos because that's not the kind of channel that I run. But I'm sitting here in between Millville and Port Elizabeth, waiting to help my grandmom out with some things because she's 88 years old and she just can't do it all on her own. And I find myself on Facebook having a conversation with potential Congressman John Ordille about transparency in government. And, he's saying that he wants to make, things as transparent as possible, and he can't fix my personal problems. And I don't expect government to fix my personal problems because I don't take government handouts. That's not the kind of person I am. I work for what I have, and I'm willing to work for what I have, but jobs are so scarce and ridiculous, and that is something that government has control on. Shouldn't, but they do. While he's talking about transparency in government, I ask him a question about how he feels about the open carry movement in New Jersey, and he dodges the question. Well, that answers the question about transparency now, doesn't it? If you were actually being transparent, wouldn't you have, either way, however you feel about it, wouldn't you say it? Trying to tell me that you give a shit about the Cumberland County, even though all over your Facebook you mention Cape May, Atlantic, and Salem County, but you skip Cumberland County like you don't care. Well, when I called you out on it, you tried to reach out and act like, oh man, I screwed up. Of course I care about Cumberland. No, you fucking don't. If you cared about Cumberland, you'd have something to say about the illegal immigration that is obviously riddled throughout all of Cumberland County, but mostly Bridgeton. Or you'd have something to say about, the lack of law and order that's going on in Millville, because Millville is best known for topping charts on murder rates and violent crime percentage per population across the United States, making it one of the most dangerous cities in America with a population of 28,000. Of course you don't care about that area. That's where you put all your crap. But the fact is, us people still live here. Now, I do live in my van, and I could just leave, and actually New Jersey isn't the place to be, but this is where my family is, so, I gotta watch out for what's mine. And politics is something that's very important to me. If you haven't noticed that, go over to Angry Manduke and check out all the political stuff that I post. Now, granted, most of it's about presidential election, but the things that actually make your vote much more potent and powerful is to vote on much lower forms of government: your local government, your county government, your municipal government, your congressman and senate. But the problem with a lot of those things is those people don't really tell you what they stand for and what they're about. And when you call them out on it, they're gonna tell you whatever they think you want to hear so they can get your vote, because they don't really do anything for you. I did make the choice to live in this vehicle, but it's not surprising when there's no good jobs that are accessible to me in my immediate area because all the factories shut down. Technology in this area is just junk. Technology in America is just junk. I couldn't afford to pay the property tax on the house that I had, so rather than going into debt, I sold that and bought a van, and I'm still lingering around here even though I want to go out and travel the country and see how broken every other area is, even though I really don't think that the entire country is as broken as New Jersey is. I find that very hard to believe, because New Jersey is completely corrupt and ruined, and there's states like, Texas, where they're actually paying the bills for states like New Jersey, so they can't all be that bad. However, I'm searching around through Facebook, and they had this voting thing set up where you could pick who you were, and you could leave it private, and you can have it emailed to yourself so that you could maybe carry it in so that you have memory of what you picked and why you picked on it. I would mention that if you're watching this and you're from New Jersey, on question 2, if you vote no, it'll vote to veto the gas tax that they just put on our fuel, if that's not something you want. The gas tax is supposed to go in into our transportation system, but we already have 20 cents of gas tax that is supposed to go into our transportation system, but isn't doing shit for our transportation system. Our state highways are worse than our local roads, and some of our local roads are damn right horrible. I mean, in some cases, I think these local roads would be better off not being asphalt and actually being dirt roads, because they'd be in better shape. through the Facebook thing, you could actually see what your local and your state, county politicians stood for, and there were sections that they could have filled in to talk about, you know, what their standings were on issues, and very few of them in New Jersey. In fact, only one of the potential congressmen actually filled in the things that he stands for on Facebook. And it's like, Facebook's a pretty damn big form of social media and information. Don't just try to send me to your personal website. I don't want to go to your personal website, because the couple that I did visit this morning, which I tried to go to John Ordille's, which, I'm sorry, man, but if you're actually trying to run for a government position, maybe you ought to get a professionally made web page that doesn't look like some high schooler threw it together in 15 minutes. Like, HTML5 isn't that difficult. I don't want to say the common public knows how to do it. Anybody with a brain can figure it out, and it shouldn't have problems with running on a cell phone. Cell phones actually run web pages better in most situations than computers do. I didn't visit very many others. I wanted to actually see who was putting it on Facebook and making it, you know, common public knowledge where you stand on issues, and there wasn't very many who actually wanted to put that out there, which I think that's very disturbing. If you want to be a transparent government and you want to say that you're not corrupt like we're used to from politicians, shouldn't you be transparent and let everybody know through every aspect and every angle that you possibly can what you stand for? Or are you really just that dense? I'm under the impression that modern politics is a bunch of fucking old dinosaurs that should have been extinct 50 fucking years ago, but instead they're still waiting around because they have these lifetime terms and they have hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars that they can spend on prolonging their otherwise worthless lives because they've been selling us out for their own personal gain. It's horrible. It's pathetic. I'm tired of it. And I don't think I'm the only one. Anyway, guys, if you like this, go ahead and subscribe. You can check out this playlist over here. Or if you want to see what I'm like when I'm angry, you can check out this channel below me. Angry Manduke is a comedy series where I talk about things that piss me off. And then there's sexual sessions where you can learn about, you know, kinky desires. It's all PG-13. I try to keep my language down. It's educational. So, thanks for watching. I'll check you out next time.